The Eskom electricity meter update. Is it a ticking time bomb or not? Welcome to the Rian Roo Show, and in this video I want to discuss this whole Eskom meter update thing and the ticking time bomb as they describe it, which is supposed to occur on the 24th of November. But I want you to stick around to the end of this video because I also want to raise my opinion about how Eskom got themselves into this problem, and also my ideas on solutions. So let's begin. It has been widespread in the news in the last few days, and especially in the last month, Eskom and various municipalities have been stepping up their campaigns to get people to update their electricity meters. This is now their prepaid electricity meters. This project is something Eskom started last year in 2023, knowing that by November 24, all these prepaid meters are going to stop functioning and that they need to update their key revision number to what they're calling version 2, which should give them another 30 odd years of functionality. What is the actual problem? Well, the codes are generated through a security mechanism which counts the number of minutes from a specific date. In this case, it was 1 January 1993. And through that, it calculates what your code's values are going to be, etc., etc. The problem is it's only valid for around 30 odd years, and then it stops functioning because of its number-based limit. Anyway, it gets very technical, and updating its key revision number puts this date forward. The new key revision number will put the date forward to 1 January 2014. And this will effectively give them another 31 years odd before it runs out, which they hope will be enough. The key revision number is updated through a sequence of numbers which Eskom and the municipalities issue to their customers as part of their credit purchase process. So if you go and buy electricity for your prepaid meter, then you get issued these additional vouchers which contain numbers that you need to key in order to update the system. I'm not going to be discussing the technicalities behind the whole thing and what's needed, etc. any further, because if you have any further questions, contact Eskom or contact your municipality, because that is not the purpose of this video. This video explores the problems which they are now experiencing. Now, Eskom has, according to their records, around 6.9 prepaid meters. Now, remember, these, according to the information I've been able to get hold of, the 6.9 million meters are Eskom direct customer meters. And of those, only about 4.14 million have been recoded. In other words, the people have gotten their codes, have popped them in, and they are now ready to continue beyond 24 November 2024. But there's a whole bunch which have not been recoded, and this is where the problem starts coming in. But those are not the only prepaid meters. The municipalities also have their own prepaid meter system. Across municipalities all over South Africa, there's apparently around 4.2 million meters which are managed by the municipalities. Of these 4.2 million meters, apparently about 3.6 million have already been recoded. So the municipalities are way ahead of Eskom when it comes to the recoding process. Why that is not quite known yet, but it means that the municipalities have about 600,000 odd meters which have not been recoded yet, where Eskom have over 2.8, almost closer to 2.9 million, which have not been recoded yet. Now, when you start looking at the percentages, it means Eskom is lagging way behind, in the region of about 40%. Interesting that is close to the percentage that they also want to raise the tariffs, isn't it? Anyway, I digress. Why are people not updating their meters? Eskom is lagging far behind, but there are a large number of municipal customers also not updating their meters. Why? One of the possibilities that have been suggested is that the meters may no longer be in use. Let's say the dwellings are no longer used or broken down, burnt down, scrapped, they've become ruined, whatever, for whatever reason. And that those meters are therefore no longer needed and have been uninstalled. Perhaps the entire wiring system of the house has been changed over to solar, or for whatever reason the meter is no longer being used. Another scenario is that people are buying tokens or electricity credits from ghost vendors who have somehow managed to get hold of a electricity token vending machine illegally and are now selling credits or tokens at a much reduced price. However, they are not supplying the KRN number or the key revision number to their customers, so those tokens will eventually stop working from the 24th of November. And then many of these ghost vendors will suddenly find their machines also useless. For the users buying these illegal tokens, it's going to be a problem, obviously, because their meters are going to stop working. Another scenario, and the one which is the most likely in my opinion, is that the meters, the prepaid electricity meters, are being bypassed. And if you're bypassing a meter, or if you are buying illegal tokens, you're not going to get a key revision number or need a key revision number, because if you're bypassing, why do you need to update? The credits are zero anyway. They're showing zero and your electricity keeps flowing. If you're buying illegal credits, you are loading them up and you don't care because the electricity is flowing. Now for those buying illegal tokens, obviously their meters are going to stop working, but the ones bypassing their meters, they are not going to stop working. With a bypassed meter, you will never have any need for a meter anyway. So why would you want to update the meter to the latest KRN version 2 or whatever they propose, because you don't need those credits. You don't even need the meter. Eskom says that they will be issuing 6,000 Rand fines in what they are calling a prepaid electricity meter crackdown. Actually, the fine is 6,050 Rand. I don't know how they got to that 50 Rand. Maybe they should have added another 30 cents there. They're issuing fines where they have done an audit and discovered that these electricity meters, these prepaid electricity meters, are using electricity, but credits are not being loaded onto them. And then they go out. I don't know how their auditing system works or how the teams look that they send out. Is it only Eskom? Is the municipality doing the same? Don't quite know, but they send out people, and when they find someone who is bypassing the electricity, in other words, illegal connection, they get disconnected and issued with a 6,050 Rand fine. And their power will not be reconnected until they pay that fine of 6,050 Rand. I do know of people that will be reconnecting themselves anyway, because that's how they do it. So how does Eskom prevent people from reconnecting themselves or hiring some electrician out there and just doing their own reconnections? Illegal reconnections, they've got illegal connection anyway, so getting someone to do it, a reconnection illegally, is not a problem. So how many fines does Eskom then start issuing? Will something happen beyond the first fine, or will they just load them up? 10 fines up to 60,000 Rand. No one knows. But Eskom says that that is their approach. They are issuing fines and disconnecting the power. The other problem with these illegal connections is that people who have a bypassed electricity meter, they start using more electricity because they don't care. They don't have a meter that they need to monitor. They don't need to spend money on buying more credits. So they start using a little more than they really need to. They are not saving electricity or buying electricity efficient devices like the rest of us. And they start wasting electricity. And this creates a bigger problem than legal electricity users. I want to give examples of the loss that Eskom might be experiencing when it comes to bypassed electricity meters. And please do bear in mind, I'm not talking about illegal connections. I do know illegal connections are out there and I'm aware of those. The subject of this video is not that. That will be addressed in something completely different. If you want me to talk about what I think about illegal connections and how they should be addressed, leave it in the comments and I'll make another video about that. This video is about the bypassed meters only, and we will address that as a separate one. But look at these costs, or the loss, the actual loss in revenue Eskom experiences with bypassed meters. They say there's about 2.87 million Eskom meters which have not been updated. Let's add the municipal meters, which is about 600,000, onto that. So we're looking at over 3 million of users out there who are getting potentially free electricity by bypassed electricity meters. An average small household, I'm going to use my household as an example. We use an average of about 600 kilowatt hours in a month. If we take 2.5 million people who are bypassing the electricity, just to make the math a little easier, and you multiply that by 600 kilowatt hours at the current tariffs, then you get to a ridiculous figure of around 58 billion rand in revenue that Eskom loses per month. Not per year, 58 billion per month. The problem gets exacerbated when you consider that users who have bypassed the electricity meters tend to use a lot more electricity. Let's say in the region of 900, maybe 1,000 kilowatt hours. Then you are heading, with 2.5 million users bypassing the meters, you are heading towards over 100 billion rands loss in revenue to Eskom. Now, I don't know about you, but 100 billion rand is a lot of money for a company even like Eskom, even as big as Eskom is. 100 billion rand loss per month in revenue means that's money down the drain, which maintenance could have been done on the generation system, on the distribution network, etc., etc. It's a lot of things. Maybe a bit of extra money in the back pocket of some corrupt official. I don't care where the money goes. It's money that's being lost to a company that should be getting it on their financial records. Now, I don't care who says out there, yes, but that money is going to be stolen through corrupt officials anyway. It's not the point. The point is the money is owed to Eskom, and it is money that should be getting to them. Take the process of corruption one side in a completely different video, and we'll discuss that as well. But the money needs to get to Eskom so that Eskom can generate revenue to pay for coal, maintenance, whatever, and stop asking for more money from those who are actually paying electricity. So they're pushing up the electricity tariffs from those who are paying to balance out the losses they are making from those who are bypassing electricity. Consider that. I quickly want to take a step far back. Let's go 30 years back, 1994. Because in my opinion, that is where this kind of problem originated. And no, I'm not talking about the KRN, the actual meters. I'm talking about electricity usage and stealing of electricity by users, because the ANC government promised their people, their voters, that they will get free electricity, free cars, free fridges, free houses, free schooling, free everything. However, once they got into government, they discovered it was not quite that easy. The problem is, in the ANC mindset, and this is what they try to push onto their voters, is that there is government money and that we will use government money to make these things free. However, they forgot that government money is actually taxpayer money. The government itself does not generate money. It gets tax money. That's how the government gets money, from taxpayers. In other words, the moment they want to give something for free, they need to get it from taxpayers. So the more they give away for free, free electricity, free water, free education, free whatever, the more they have to start taxing taxpayers. And this is where they ran into a problem, because the previous government did have reserves, immense reserves, because everything was running quite fine, because for whatever reason. It would have been great if we could have gotten the previous government people to teach the ANC how to run a country. It's a business. Running a country is a business. And show me how many businesses out there are giving away things for free. I'm not talking about charity. Yes, there are charity events and charity things and things that you can do from a sponsorship perspective. But consider, the bigger your company becomes, you have to calculate who from your customer base, in other words, from a country perspective, taxpayers, is going to be taxed to pay the bill for those who are getting it for free. And the ANC never considered this. So that is where the problem came from, because you get a lot of people out there who say, yes, but electricity should be free. Oh, it would be great if we could generate it for free, distribute it for free, and there was no maintenance. Unfortunately, to generate electricity costs money. We have to buy coal, power stations have to be built, upgraded, expanded. The distribution network needs to be expanded as the country grows. If you want a country to grow, the distribution network for electricity needs to grow, and it needs money. And not only that, you also need to do maintenance, which is one of the big issues the Eskom fell into. They stopped doing maintenance because the ANC mindset said, well, don't fix something if it isn't broken. And that mindset breaks things, because you need maintenance to be done on a regular basis by skilled individuals, not by people that you are putting there just because you need to fill a position for BEE. BEE policies have destroyed more in this country than virtually any other policy, through enforcing businesses to employ the wrong people who are not necessary. Make any system, I don't care what kind of color you are. It's not a racist thing. It's a simple truth. Employ the best, irrespective of color. And if that person happens to be white, and the most of the people who know how to run this thing happen to be white, by all means, educate the black people to do the same. And if you get to a point where most of the educated people who are skilled to do this are black, by all means, stop making it a racist problem. The government is being racist by forcing BEE into parastatals and businesses. It's causing damage. My opinion. Now, what is the solution? These are my proposed solutions, but they are actually quite obvious, because we see that fines aren't working. People are looking at these things and they are connecting their power Eskom comes, the municipality comes, cuts the power, the user comes home, reconnects the power, he gets his fine in his mailbox, tears it up, throws it away. I don't care. How many fines do you want to give me? You can give me 1,000 fines. The people out there are going to say, I don't care. Keep giving me fines. I'm going to keep not paying them because I don't care. When are you going to start caring? The moment you start doing law enforcement and start sending people to jail. I can guarantee you, if you you announce it, tell that from this date, let's make the 24th of November. From the 24th of November, if you are caught stealing electricity, 6-month jail sentence. And I can guarantee you, if you start implementing that, by the time you get to Mr. number 10 that you have now sent, and I'm not talking about slap on the wrist and warn them that they're going to get 6 months, send them to jail. And make sure you have a wide variety of people. Black, white, rich, poor, I don't care. Make sure it's a wide variety, not 10 people in the same street in some small little village or whatever. That's unfair. Put it all over the country. Once you get to your 10th person that you have sent to jail for stealing electricity, you're quickly going to get people that say, hold on. I need to disconnect this illegal electricity thing before they catch me. I don't want to go to jail for 6 months. And enforce it. Even if the SAPS is not enough, create a new enforcement division, electrical division police, infrastructure police, pull them from the military, or create a new division that runs it. The same with our railways, but that's a completely different video, but I will want to discuss that as well sooner or later. What happened to our old railway police? We need them, and now that they are gone, what's happening? The railways are going to down the... we need proper policing. We need law enforcement, strict law enforcement. That's solution number 1. Until we have law enforcement, we will have no fines, will not be effective. Make it serious. And until people realize that it is serious, they are going to ignore. Because people sit out there and they have no illegal connected power. They get cut, they get a fine. They just keep reconnecting it because they know they're going to get a fine and nothing's being done about the fine. There's no policing, there's no actual enforcement of the law. So until that is done, we are going to have the problem. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Pop it down in the comments. I love discussing it in the comments. Spread it wide. If you found any value in this video, please do like, share, and do subscribe to my channel because it helps me make more of these videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.